Hello, this is WASSCE tutoring by Terence P. Today's topic is scheme of examination of chemistry. I know you are preparing to sit the chemistry WASSCE examination. There's a need to understand the content of an examination before sitting an examination. So in today's video, I want to explore the scheme of the chemistry examination. By scheme, I mean what are those things that you are expected to meet on the exam, and how can you prepare yourself for those things? My objectives for today are an overview of paper 1, an overview of paper 2, and an overview of paper 3. Now, this is a general scheme of the examination. In a chemistry examination, there are going to be 3 papers, namely paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3. Paper 1 and paper 2 are considered as composite papers on grounds that you are going to write these 2 papers at one sitting. That is, if for example you are writing paper 1 today, that means you are obliged to write paper 2 today, and there will be another day for paper 3. This is overview of paper 1. Paper 1 is considered as the multiple choice objective paper, and in this paper you have 50 multiple choice or 50 multiple choice objective questions, and they are drawn from section A of the syllabus. Section A of the syllabus is a common portion of the syllabus. That is, all countries that are writing WASSCE that will send their candidates for exam. These candidates are expected to understand the topics in section A of the syllabus. There will be 50 questions in this particular paper, and each of the questions will worth 5 marks, thereby making the entire paper worth 50 marks. Since the paper worth 50 marks, you are going to sit this paper for 1 hour. If for any reason you decide to answer each of the questions in 1 minute, it means that you'll be left with 10 more minutes to go over the entire paper. So I will advise you to work within 1 minute and less on each question to afford you more time to be able to go over your entire paper, or create more room or more time for questions that might just be difficult to answer. This is a slide presenting sample questions on the objective test. These are 3 sample questions, and for the sake of this video, I would like to answer question 1, and I will advise that you take your notebook, you copy question 1, 2, and 3 and try to answer them on your own. Question 1 reads, isotopes of the same element have the same number of A, protons, neutrons, and electrons, B, protons and neutrons but different number of electrons, C, protons and electrons but different number of neutrons, D, neutrons and electrons but different number of protons. Working with isotope, there is this common isotope that is always discussed, and that's chlorine. Chlorine has 2 isotopes. You have chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. These are considered as isotopes. The 35 and 37 year are known as mass numbers, and the 17 year are known as atomic number. The 35 and the 37, like I said, are known as mass number, represented by the letter E, and 37 year are known as atomic number. A definition or a working definition of isotope will be: these are atoms of the same element that have the same atomic number but different mass numbers. So as you can see here, the two chlorine have different mass number. The first one has a mass number of 35 and the second one has the mass number of 37. Now, the 17 year is what we refer to as the atomic number, and the atomic number represents the number of protons and the number of electrons. This simply tells us that chlorine has 17 protons and 17 electrons. Therefore, there is the same number of protons and the same number of electrons in the two atoms. Now, how can we get the number of neutrons? We can get the number of neutrons by subtracting the atomic number from the mass number. In this first case, is 35 minus 17, and this will give us 18. In the second case, is 37 minus 17, and this is equal to 20. Chlorine 35 has the number of neutrons of 18, and chlorine 37 has the number of neutrons of 20, thereby making them having different numbers of neutrons. However, they have the same number of protons and the same number of electrons. Our answer to this question is going to be C. Isotopes of the same element have the same number of protons and electrons, but different number of neutrons. This is just an overview of how the question in the objective test is going to be. You are expected to answer this question, like I said, in 1 minute or less. This is an overview of paper 2. Paper 2 is what we consider as the essay paper. And you are going to sit this paper for 2 hours, covering the entire syllabus. And this paper will carry the maximum mark of 100. This paper has 2 sections, Section A and Section B. Section A will consist of 10 short structural questions drawn from the common portion of the syllabus. That is Section A of the syllabus. Candidates. Candidates refer to you who is going to write the exam. Candidates will be required to answer all questions. And here, the question will worth 25 marks. Now, Section B. Section B will consist of 2 questions from the common portion of the syllabus, that is Section A of the syllabus, and 2 other questions from the section of the syllabus which is peculiar to the country of the candidate. That is Section B or Section C of the syllabus. If you have seen the WASSCE paper, the WASSCE question booklet as a librarian, you will notice that there is a particular section that librarians are not expected to do, and this is the section that is being talked about here. In this particular section, candidates will be required to answer all 3 questions. That is, the paper 2, candidates will be required to answer all 3 questions, and each question will carry 25 marks. In this case, it's 25 times 3, and that's 75. These are sample questions on the essay test, that is paper 2, section A. 1 reads, identify the solid remaining when each of the following is heated: lithium trioxide nitrate 5, potassium trioxide nitrate 5, and calcium trioxide nitrate 5. Each of the question here that you're going to answer will work 1 mark, and the entire question will work 3 marks. If you are going to identify the solid remaining when lithium trioxide nitrate is heated, you have 1 mark. And you also have 1 mark if you answer potassium trioxide nitrate, and you also have 1 mark if you answer calcium trioxide nitrate. In my next video, I would like to answer some of these questions, so I encourage you to subscribe and like my channel. This is section B. You can pause the video at any point in time to read the question and have an idea of what is expected. Overview of paper 3. Paper 3 is what is considered as the practical paper or the alternative to practical. This shall be a 2-hour practical test for school candidates. School candidates are the candidates who are currently in 12th grade and are going to write the exam. It is also going to be a 1-hour 30-minute paper for private candidates. Private candidates are those candidates who are not in high school or they are not in 12th grade and they intend to write the WASSCE exam. Each version of the paper shall contain 3 compulsory questions and carry 50 marks. 3 compulsory questions means that you are required to answer all of the questions in this particular paper. Let's look at an overview of the paper in detail. The questions shall be of the following aspect of the syllabus. They shall consider the following aspect of the syllabus. 1 question should be on quantitative analysis. Another question should be on qualitative analysis. And the last question should just test the candidate familiarity with the practical activities suggested in the syllabus. One of the questions will be on qualitative, the next will be on quantitative, and the last one will just be on to ascertain as to whether you have an idea of what practical activities are. Let's see a sample of the paper. This is question 1, and question 1 is on quantitative. This is a quantitative portion of the paper. This is question 2 and 3. Question 2 is more of a qualitative aspect of the paper, and question 3 is trying to understand or trying to ascertain your understanding on the practical activity. As you can see, question 3 reads, state the apparatus that could be used to separate liquids whose boiling point are within a range of 5 degrees. So you are just stating apparatus here, and if you are separating liquids whose boiling point that are within the range of 5 degrees, you want to state apparatus that are used in fractional distillation. You can pause the video, like I said, at any point in time, copy the questions here and try to answer them. However, I will try to answer them in subsequent video. This video is just intended to give you an overview of the entire exam, that is a scheme of the WASSCE examination. This is my reference, and thank you for watching the video. For questions and suggestions, you can call my contacts below and email me on the email address below. My name is Terence P. I encourage you to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you very much for watching.